It'll be Post State taking on Hopkins here in the final game of game number 2. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean as we welcome you back in on YouTube as well at KCCR Sports. As the Eights will be looking, as the visitors here in game number 2, be looking for a clean sweep of the day. But it's going to come against this Hopkins team who, again, they are a pretty good team in their own right, and Post State will have a lot in store to try and knock off this Hopkins team. But with Elliott Life on the mound, Post State will be trying to do the job and go 2-0 here today.
And as we look up Hopkins' record on the year, let me try to get there on Game Changer.
I do have it. They are 11-9, 12-9 now.
12-9 on the year. This is a solid team. I mean, and the fact that they took down Fargo Post 2, who 2 years ago the national runner-up. So took them down yesterday in extra innings, and so you know that this Hopkins team has some ability, and so we'll see how the Eights respond. A little bit of a different lineup for the Eights as they go into Game 2 today. Kind of a not so much a matter of guys playing out of position so much, but just kind of a guys finding themselves in different places in the batting order.
And we go through that batting order. Spencer Lettler will lead things off. He is playing out in right field here in this ball game, and then it'll be Jack Merkwan, the left fielder, will bat second and play left field. Jaden Weeby, the second baseman, batting third. McGuire Rasky will bat into the cleanup spot, playing center field. Andy Gordon, the shortstop, batting fifth. It is Aaron Booth, the third baseman, batting sixth. Bennett Dean, the first baseman, batting seventh. Isaac Pollock, the DH, batting eighth. And Cade Hinkle, the catcher, batting ninth. Americo Scalati will be the starting pitcher here for this Hopkins team as they will try and go to 2-0 on the tournament. Both teams are trying to go 2-0 here in the tournament. Hopkins was scheduled to play in game number 2 yesterday against Mankato. That game got started but got delayed and never got finished. Hopkins and Fargo played then last night. Out on the all-turf field, a 4-3 win in 9 innings, and then Pierre and Fargo, along with Pierre and Papillion, were both canceled out. And here today, it was Fargo beating Papillion in game number 1, then Fargo beat Mankato in game number 2. Then LeSueur fell to Papillion in game number 3, with Pierre beating LeSueur in game 4. And here in game 5, our first full day complete of what was scheduled to be 3 days, but now only have 2 full days of games, as thankfully no really rain in the forecast going into tomorrow. So should be able to, knock on wood, should be able to get the end of this pool without any more games being canceled.
And so for Post State, this is a big game right now. If they can, if they can come out and get up early like they did against LeSueur, like we heard from Coach Nas in between games, hopefully they can get up early and then kind of not take their foot off the gas like they did in that first game today.
First pitch is over for strike one as we are underway here at 6:54, and here in Mankato as Hopkins, the starting pitcher, American Scalati, throws a first pitch strike to Spencer Lettler. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will also be right down the middle. Quickly 0-2 here to Lettler. Lettler in game number 1 went 1 for 3. Had an RBI single. Reshawn Aaron also popped out of the shortstop in his 3 trips to the plate, along with being hit by a pitch. 0-2 pitch. That one was low and outside, so it's now 1-2 here to Lettler. Again, if you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, we hope to be able to bring the whole broadcast to you, but that sun has come out, and it is we're trying to keep it in the shade of the iPad, so we might have some a little bit of some lag issues. As a 1-2 pitch, a foul tip into the midst of Schaefer, the catcher, and that will retire Lettler, a strikeout to open up the ball game, as that will bring up now Jack Merkwan. So if we do, we apologize in advance, but we're doing the best, trying to keep it cool off as much as possible, trying to keep it in the shade.
74 degrees at first pitch, but that sun has come out, just in contrast to game number 1 where we were playing under a mostly cloudy sky. And so we're 74 degrees, wind out of the east at east-northeast at 5 miles an hour. So again, wind has not been a factor today, but that sun does make it feel warmer than just 74 degrees.
0-1 pitch to Merkwan. That was taken for a strike, so it's now 0-2. Scalati is throwing a first 2-pitch strikes to the first 2 hitters without Lettler or Merkwan swinging the bat. Here's now the 0-2 pitch from Scalati to Merkwan. That was fouled back. back to the top of the fence. Here it's a smaller fence above home plate or behind home plate. That's why we had a chance to potentially almost catch a foul ball in game number 1. Here's now the 0-2 pitch to Merquan. He'll try and check his swing. He does not, and he is tagged out, and that will retire Merquan. There's now 2 down here in the top of the first inning.
I had to chuckle a little bit. Merquan checked his swing, started to back out of the box. The catcher Schaefer tags him with the glove, but the ball was in his throwing hand, so the tag really didn't mean much.
But the umpire still called him out too.
Still called him out. Yep.
So it's now Jaden Wiebe to the plate. First pitch to him. That was going to be a chopper over the third baseman Perry. The long throw to first is going to be in time. So a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the first, as Post State will go down in order. We head to the bottom of the first. No score between Pierre and Hopkins, as Hopkins will come to the plate. You listen to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at comtechplus.com.
South Dakota didn't always have a capital, or even a permanent settlement for that matter. There wasn't always a river city on the Missouri River. And before First Dakota filed the first charter in 1872, there wasn't always a bank in South Dakota. Every timeless institution, tradition, and thriving business was started somewhere by someone who had a dream and the passion to make it happen first. What will be your South Dakota first? Visit firstdakota.com/first. Member FDIC.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the first inning, Elliott Life, the left-hander, is on the mound for the Post State as we go through the Hopkins batting order. Jack Preisberger will lead off as he's a shortstop. Jack Mouser, the left fielder, in batting second. Jake Perry, the third baseman, batting third. Brock Zimmer, the DH, batting fourth. Ryan McGee, the first baseman, batting fifth. Charlie Schaefer will be the catcher, batting sixth. Cole Meyer, the second baseman, will bat seventh. Ryder Lane, the right fielder, batting eighth. And Jackson View, the center fielder, will bat ninth. As Elliott Life will get his start here for Post State. As we look at his season stats, Life comes in. This is his fifth game that he started. He's 1-2 so far on the season. He's given up 19 hits, 18 runs, 15 of those earned, 21 walks, 24 strikeouts. He has hit one man, a 5.94 ERA, and a 2.26 whip on the season for Life, as Jack Preisberger will step to the plate. Be the leadoff man here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch to him. Be over for strike one.
And I think what's important for Elliott Life today is not only establishing that first pitch strike, but if he can get that curveball, that left-handed curveball over and control it and spot it for the majority of the day, that's when he gets really tough as a starting pitcher.
As the count is 1-1. Here to Preisberger. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It comes inside, misses low and in, and the count's now 2-1. Here's the leadoff man. Preisberger, Mouser, and Perry will be the first three hitters. Again, these two teams are looking to go 2-0 to open up the Gopher Classic. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one's popped up, fouling out of play, and it's now 2-2. The winner of this game puts themselves in a good spot going into tomorrow, with either team being at 2-0. Of course, it'll be 2 games for Hopkins, just 1 game for Post State, as it counts now 3-2. So essentially, Post State could win the pool at 3-0 if they do win here today, and then also against Mankato. Everybody else would have at least 1 loss. 3-2 pitch. That one's right back up the middle of the line. Shot and a leadoff single for Jack Preisberger. And and Hopkins will have the leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the first to bring up now Jack Mouser, the left fielder.
Fastball just up in the zone. Preisberger turned it around right back up the middle, and Hopkins has the leadoff hitter on here in the bottom of the first. It's got a 0 in the first. We'll see what Hopkins does here in the bottom of the first.
So the left fielder, Jack Mouser, now will come to the plate. With nobody out, bottom of the first inning. The first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. As here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will bounce, skip a little way away from Hinkle, and went far enough to put the runner at second in Preisberger. And so now runner in score position here with nobody out in the bottom of the first inning.
Again, if you weren't with us for the first game, the 8's playing a little shorthanded this weekend. Matt Hansen down due to sickness. He will be out with an extended illness and probably will be away from the team for a couple of weeks. Lincoln Keenholz off playing summer basketball this weekend. Jack Van Camp coaching the 14-year-old Post 8 team. So three notable absences from the Post 8 lineup this weekend.
3-0 pitch and 3-0 swinging was Mauser, and he'll swing through it. And it's now 3-1 here to the Hopkins left fielder. And they won 4-3 in 9 innings yesterday against Fargo and won the 2 games that was played in the Mankato region. Here's the 3-1 pitch that is outside and will be taken for a walk. And it's now first and second here with nobody out, and we'll bring up now Jake Perry, the third baseman.
Now batting number 9.
And LA Life put himself in early danger here in the bottom of the first inning. The lefty, Jake Perry, now will come to the plate.
And as we look through the program, most of the teams have their rosters graduation years printed for Hopkins. All either graduating seniors or rising seniors on this team, with the exception of Charlie Schaefer, the starting catcher, who is a rising junior. So a lot of experience on this Hopkins team.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Perry. That's upstairs, and it's now 1-1. That tells you, too, that probably Hopkins is, wanting to win probably looking to win a Gopher Classic, but also they're probably sitting there saying, this is our year. This is a year that we want the state championship. This is not a year to maybe say, well, we're still a young team. We're building up to it. This is, all right, we got to go win a state title with the amount of seniors and super seniors that you have. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That one is grounded over to the right side. It'll get everybody advancing over 90 feet. Dean will take it to the bag himself to retire Perry. And there's now 1 down, but the second and third here with 1 away to bring up now Brock Zimmer. And this is a big strikeout opportunity here for Elliott Life, because a ground ball will essentially give you the lead with the middle staying back. Dean is in. Booth is playing even with the bag over at third base. As there's a line shot back up the middle, base hit, 1 run will come in to score. Here comes another run that will be coming in to score. A throw will be to the shortstop, Gordon. That's a 2-0 lead here for Hopkins in the bottom of the first.
Zimmer hops on a first pitch fastball from Life and just drills it right back up the middle, and with that, Hopkins jumps out to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. 2 runs on 2 hits so far for Hopkins. Hopkins wearing the all whites, just like the 8s today. Only Hopkins all white tops, white pants, outlined in blue, dark blue numbers, powder blue caps, baby blue caps, baby blue accents on the tops for Hopkins.
Count is 0-1 here to Ryan McGee. Another lefty in the order for Hopkins. Runner takes off, taken for a strike. I believe it was taken for a strike. The throw to second misses the glove of Gordon, and it will be in the center field, so he's still on base. And the count is 0-2. There was no signal from the umpire, but he could hear him say strike. And the count's 0-2 here to Ryan McGee. Life will come set from the stretch. Here's the 0-2 pitch. The curveball. That's a good curveball and a really good take from McGee. Boy, that one's tough. I know it's 0-2, so he's probably looking curveball and saw the spin of it to take it, but that's still a 2-strike pitch that is tough to take. Here's the 1-2 pitch. On the outside edge and taken for strike 3 this time. Elliott Life will get his first strikeout, second out here in the bottom of the first. And Post 8 can maybe limit the damage with the first 2 being on base and in scoring position with nobody out. There's now 2 away and a runner on second for Charlie Schaefer, the catcher, with a 2-0 Hopkins lead. Here's the first pitch from the left-hander Life. The curveball that's dropped in for strike 1.
And there's that curveball that we've talked about, and just if Life can establish that curveball and mix that in with his fastball, and he's got a good fastball. He really can be tough, especially on those right-handed hitters. The way that bottom drops out of that off-speed pitch.
Count is now 0-2 after Schaefer fouled the 0-1 pitch down the third base line. Now here's the 0-2 pitch from Life to Schaefer. And he'll pop that one up on the right side. Spencer Lettler going over to the line, and he's not going to get there. It's going to land foul. And it'll remain at 0-2.
I think Lettler got a little bit of a bad read on that. He started back into his right, and then had to come charge hard as he came in hard in and to his left, and just came up a couple feet short of being able to make that catch.
So it remains at 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch now from Life to Schaefer, and that's upstairs for ball one. Now 1-2. Umpire didn't even, when the ball landed foul, didn't even see his hands go up either to signal foul ball. That's why I kind of hesitated. That looked like it was for sure foul, but never saw the signal. 1-2 pitch. That one is a foul tip, and the base umpire is going to come in, and the field umpire is going to come in and say that it was a foul tip. Hey, credit to Cade Hinkle. I mean, as soon as he saw the base umpire say it was a foul ball, he threw it back to LA Life, knowing that was going to be a foul ball. But he fooled the home plate umpire for a moment that it was not actually tipped. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That one will bounce in, and a good block by Hinkle, and it's now 2-2.
Yeah, Schaefer immediately turned around and pled his case to the home plate umpire that he got a piece of that ball, and good call by the field umpire. Stepped in right away and said, no, I heard something, and so Schaefer's able to stay alive.
2-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and LA Life will get back-to-back strikeouts to end the first inning. 2-run score on 2 hits in the inning. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the second. It's a 2-0 lead here for Hopkins over Post State. Listen to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Do you need the Pierre Governor apparel for the big game? Or how about Stanley County apparel or Post State apparel? All Around Graphics in Pierre is your place to go. Not only can you get your apparel, but they also do screen printing, jerseys, awards, and trophies. And did you know they can print and customize your signs? All Around Graphics can do it all. Located at 819 North Euclid Avenue, or call 224-4677. All Around Graphics in Pierre, your one-stop shop.
Agtegra in Highmore. We pride ourselves on providing our customers with reliable markets, superior services, and quality products. From corn and soybeans to spring and winter wheat, you can trust Agtegra in Highmore with all your grain handling needs. It's all about helping you achieve the best harvest possible. Call Agtegra of Highmore today at 605-846-1379. That's 605-846-1379.
Top of the second, it is a 2-0 lead here for for Hopkins over Pierre, as it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Post State coming to the plate. As it's going to be McGuire, Rasky, Andy Gordon, and Aaron Booth be the first 3 hitters for Post State. As Scolani had a 1-2-3 inning, he had the first 2 guys go down by way of strikeouts, and then got a ground ball, so he faced the minimum in the top of the first inning. It looked really good. First 2 pitches to both Lettler and Merkwan were right down the middle, and both Lettler and Merkwan could not pull a trigger at all. So he's looked good, at least in the first inning. Post State maybe trying to break that going here in the top of the second.
Yep, America Scolati. Interesting first name.
America. I thought it was Marico.
No, haven't seen that one before. So very patriotic.
There you go. We'll see what McGuire Rasky can do against Scolati here to open up the top of the second. Rasky in game 1 went 2 for 3 with a 2 RBI double. Came back in the top of the second. Post State had a 9-2 lead after the second inning. They scored 4 in the first and 5 in the second. Scored 1 more run the rest of the way as the first pitch will miss for ball 1. Here to McGuire Rasky. Rasky was then lifted for Isaac Pollock to be the DH, and then Bennett Dean went into that spot in the number 3 spot in the order when he came in, or went to first base after he was done pitching. 1-0 pitch is on the outside edge, and it's now 1-1 here to Rasky.
Scolati works totally out of the stretch. Does not have a windup. So it doesn't matter whether there's nobody on base or he's got runners on. He is totally out of the stretch.
There's Rasky down the left field line. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Rasky around first. He's on his way to second. The throw coming in. Dives at first, and he is safe at second base. The ball was dropped. He was going to be safe either way, but he's got himself a leadoff double here for Post State in the top of the second.
And again, Rasky with just that inside-out swing goes the other way down the left field line and never broke stride going around first base and able to slide in just ahead of the ball coming into second base and Byer not able to field the ball cleanly, skips away from him, but Rasky would have been safe either way.
Andy Gordon will check his swing and fouls it over towards the first base dugout, and it's 0-1. Gordon in game number 1 went 2 for 4 with an RBI single. He's got himself a chance to pick up maybe RBI number 29 with a base hit. With Rasky over at second base. Here's the 0-1 to Gordon. That one will miss. It gets away from the catcher, and taking third base will be Rasky. And so it's now an even easier opportunity for Gordon to get his 28th RBI. Somewhere out in the outfield will get the job done. Anything in the outfield will get the job done. Even a ground ball up the middle could get you, or actually really a ground ball anywhere but back to the pitcher. Get you that first, get you another RBI. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Gordon. That one will be right over the top of the pitcher, and it'll be fielded by the second baseman Byer. The throw to first is in time. It will be an RBI ground out, though, for Andy Gordon, and Post State is on the scoreboard. Now trail it 2-1 here with one down the top of the second.
You called it, not even with the broadcaster's curse did you call that one.
He almost got it right back to the pitcher. He threw it right. I mean, that one was probably about 6 inches away from falling in the glove of the pitcher Scolati, but it was fielded by the second baseman Byer. So now it is Aaron Booth. The first pitch to him will miss for ball 1. RBI number 29 for Andy Gordon. One shy of that 30 mark. And really, when you play Legion baseball, that 30 mark means you've done a pretty good job throughout the season. If you're going to drive in 30 runs for any team, as it's now 1-1 to Booth.
30 RBI. If you can get to 30 RBIs in 37 games, that's pretty solid statistic. It means you've been pretty consistent throughout the year.
As it counts now 1-2 here to Booth as he swung a pitch in the dirt. Bennett Dean is on deck. He'll be followed by Isaac Pollock if any of the next two are able to reach base. As Scolati will come set from the stretch, and here's the 2-1 pitch. That one is chopped back up the middle again. This time the shortstop coming in. Primesberger will make the throw to first, and that will retire Booth, and there's now 2 down. And it will bring up now Bennett Dean.
Dean, one of 4 left-handers in the Post State lineup today. He kind of sprinkled through the lineup today, hitting 1, 4, 7, and 9. Just the back-to-back lefties hitting 9 and 1 with Hinkle hitting 9. Lettler with the leadoff spot.
Here's the first pitch to Dean. That's going to miss outside for ball 1. And Dean in his only at-bats grounded out to the second baseman in the top of the 7th. After he threw 5 2/3 innings, picked up the win for Post State in that first game. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Dean will line it straight back, foul straight back to the screen, and it's now 1-1.
We'll see if Dean can maybe kickstart something here with 2 outs, start a 2-out rally, and get something going for the Eights here in the top of the second.
1-1 pitch is on the outside corner. Now 1-2 here to Dean. Post State trailing 2-1 here in the top of the second. That leadoff double for Rasky, and then a wild pitch put him at third base, and a ground out for an RBI for Andy Gordon. Made it 2-1. Here's the 1-2. That one will drop in the dirt. Now 2-2. Good take there from Bennett Dean. A curveball that was nearing the bottom of the zone to begin with and just fell right out of the zone. Dean didn't pull the trigger. 2-2 pitch. That one's at the knees and taken for strike 3, and Scolati will pick up his 3rd strikeout and end the inning here in the top of the second. 1-run scores on 1 hit. There were no errors and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. Post State trailing Hopkins 2-1. Listen to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-O-Lator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-O-Lator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-O-Lator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Verdig Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Verdig Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Verdig Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Verdig Electric, 224-8684.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the second inning, Post State's trailing 2-1. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean. As for Hopkins, it will be 7, 8, 9. Cole Byer, Ryder, Lane, and then Jackson View. Anybody reaches base, it'll go back to the top of the order, 7, 8, 9 here for Hopkins. After they got the first two guys to reach base in the first inning, they both came around to score on the 2 RBI single from Brock Zimmer. And here we sit at 2-1 in the bottom of the second. Let's see if LA Life can settle in, get a 0, and get Post State back and a chance to tie it up in the top of the third inning. Here's the first pitch to Byer. Upstairs for ball 1.
We've talked about during the year that sometimes that first inning is the toughest inning for, especially a pitcher like Elliott Life, who really relies on that off-speed stuff. And sometimes you just gotta get a little tired. Once you get a little tired, then it seems like that curveball begins to bite a little more, and you don't tend to overthrow it quite as much. And so we'll see if that's the case with Elliott here in the inning number 2.
1-1 pitch will miss inside for ball 2. Now 2-1 here to Cole Byer. And Ryder Lane, then Jackson View be the next two hitters for Hopkins. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's upstairs. Now 3-1. Good hitters count here for the second baseman. 1 walk so far from Life, 2 strikeouts from him. Here's the 3-1. That one is skied out towards left field, and Jack Merkwan will back up in the shadows of the trees out in left field, make the catch for the leadoff man to be retired here in the bottom of the second. And this is a unique where we're sitting at, too, because most of the fields that we've been to have not had the sun. Usually the sun's sitting behind us. But this one, the sun will set out in left field. So where Merkwan sits, where everybody sits except for Dean and then the hitters, along with Cade Hinkle, probably have to deal with a little bit of the sun throughout the rest of this evening.
Yeah, this field faces to the northwest, and so again, kind of a turn from a lot of the fields that these kids are used to playing on.
That one's golfed out towards right field and will land foul, so it's now 1-1 here to the lefty Ryder Lane. So, but a cool little look over there in left field to left center with the trees out in left field. They've created some shadows. That one's grounded up to the right side. It'll be fielded by Wiebe. He's got to be quick with it. Throw to first is in time to retire Lane. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the second. That's a good play there from Jaden Wiebe, because he's got to charge in, softly hit. Lane runs well and able to retire
Now batting number 7,
Lane
Jackson View.
on a strong throw to first base to now bring up Jackson View. Nobody on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, we'd be playing back almost on the grass, and had on the outfield grass, had to come in and make the play actually on the cut on the infield grass, and then throw on the run, and just able to get Lane by about a half a step at first base.
First pitch misses to Jackson View, 1-0 to him. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A curveball that goes all the way through the zone but misses low and inside. And it's now 2-0.
And the upside, even with a pitch like that, is that if you can establish that pitch and put that pitch in the back of the mind of a lot of these hitters, so that you can show it to them. If Elliott Life can get ahead in the count and start throwing that curveball, that just makes that just doubly tough.
3-0 pitch. That one will miss just a bit upstairs, and it will be a 4-pitch walk to number 9 hitter Jackson View. And it's back to the top of the order for Jack Primesberger, who led off the bottom of the first with a base hit.
Batting number 6, Jack Primesberger.
Doesn't look, to View's defense, 3-0 count, unless you see it go right down the middle, might as well start taking off for first. He might bait the umpire calling it ball 4, and he might have done that in that scenario. As that one's popped up, Elliott Life will call for it right in front of the mound, right in front of the plate, make the catch, and Elliott Life will get a 0 here in the bottom of the second. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We enter the top of the third, 2-1 lead here for Hopkins over Pierre. Listen to Post-State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you driving a 2014 or newer vehicle? Are there less than 100,000 miles on it? Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is prepared to give you top dollar. Again, if your ride is 2014 or newer with less than 100,000 miles, Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you top dollar for it right now. Trade it in or sell it to us. Doesn't matter. Your vehicle has never been worth more than it is right now. Stop in at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayflt.com.
Overhead Door Company of Pierre is a locally owned business specializing in the sale, service, and installation of residential and commercial garage doors. They provide quality, dependable products with constant service and the peace of mind you need. Overhead Door is one of the most recognized and most respected brand in the garage door industry. For installation and repairs, call Overhead Door Company today at 224-6200. That's 224-6200.
As we enter the top of the third inning, it is going to be Isaac Pollock and then Cade Hinkle. It'll be followed then by Spencer Lettler at the top of the order, as it will be 8-9-1 here for Post State as they trail it 2-1 in the top of the third. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Glad you're with us here on this Saturday evening. First game was a win for Post State, and they won it to 10-5 over LeSueur Henderson, and it will be right now sitting at 1-0 and trying to get to a 2-0 spot. And if they do, we'll be in the driver's seat in this pool with facing Mankato tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Here's the first pitch to Isaac Pollock, and that will miss low inside for ball 1. Again, tomorrow's game scheduled for 9 o'clock, but it will be on Capital City Rock, capitalcityrock.com, but it'll still be on YouTube at KCCR Sports. It'll be the final game of the pool play for the Gopher Classic for Post State, as that one will miss low and outside, now 2-0. And if Post State wins one of the next two games, they will be having to wait around quite a bit to see what happens in their pool, as there's a high chopper back up over the mound behind second base, fielded by the shortstop Primesberger, and he's got a slick glove over there. It makes a nice play. Throws to first and retires Pollock to open up the top of the third inning.
Yeah, and you hit it on the head. Just a nice play right behind second base as Pollock just chopped one high over the head of the pitcher. Primesberger comes over and fields the ball behind second base, and just a quick transfer, strong throw across to first, gets Pollock by a couple of steps.
So now here's Cade Hinkle, the catcher. He's batting number 9 here for Post State. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Again, if Post State wins one of the next two games, they will have to kind of wait around and see what happens. If they win the next two games, then they will win the pool and advance to Monday. And if they don't win any of the two games, then barring anything crazy happening, Post State won't be advancing to the next round, as it counts now 1-1. They have to take a lot for everybody to have 2 losses, and then things go your way to make it into to Monday. But just winning one of the next two games kind of puts you in a decent spot to potentially have it, as Hinkle will foul the 1-1 pitch out of play, and it's now 1-2.
Again, if the Eights do win their pool, they're scheduled to play in the metro area up in Minneapolis-St. Paul at 9 a.m. Monday morning, and then following pool play, they go to just a bracket play after that.
As Primesberger will double clutch on the throw. It's low, and it's going to get away from the first baseman. Hinkle's going to get back to the bag, and he'll jog his way back because he started to make his way over to second. It'll be an air charge to Primesberger, who I don't think maybe when he fielded the ball at first, I think he just couldn't pull the ball out of the glove cleanly. Then he had to hurry the throw, which ended up being low to the first baseman, McGee. and it'll go down as an error for Preisberger, and it'll be now Spencer Lettler to the plate with 1 out and 1 on. The leadoff man in the order. He struck out swinging his first at-bat. First pitch will be taken on the inside corner for strike 1.
Like we said, if the Eights come out of pool play, they will advance to a 9 o'clock game on Monday morning. If they would win that game, they would play one more game on Monday, follow that up potentially with 2 games on Tuesday, and then if they don't come out of pool play, their next games would be Wednesday, doubleheader on Wednesday evening in Aberdeen. Those are the last games of the regular season before starting postseason play on Friday night, the way it sounds here tentatively, probably around a 6 o'clock start for the Eights, likely against Mitchell, the way the bracket sets up now.
Count as 1 and 2 here to Spencer Lettler. Of course, if Post-8 advances, we'll continue to have games for you here at the Gopher Classic and in the regular season on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. As it counts now 2 and 2 to Lettler. He is 0 for 1, struck out swinging. Cade Hinkle is on at first here in a 2-1 game in the top of the 3rd inning. Scolati will come set from the stretch. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Lettler will foul it away and on the hands, and he was able to foul it away on the left side, and we'll do it again here at 2 and 2.
Eights are starting to put together some good at-bats, really grinding, making Scolati work here as they get into the 3rd inning here, down 2-1 with 1 out and 1 on here in the top of the 3rd.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one will miss low and outside, so the count's now 3 and 2. There is just 1 down, so it's not a guarantee that Hinkle will get a head start. We'll see if Coach White wants to put him in motion here with a full count and 1 down. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Hinkle will take off. Lettler will ground it to the right side. It'll be fielded by the second baseman Byer. The throw to first is in time, so they stay on the double play by being able to get Hinkle in motion. And there's now 2 down, and Jack Merkwan with a base hit could tie the ball game up with Hinkle now at second base.
Even if Hinkle had not been in motion, in all likelihood, the Eights probably would have stayed out of the double play. That ground ball pulling Byer far to his left, and so in all likelihood, his only play, even if he fields that cleanly, probably would have been at first base.
First pitch to Merkwan is upstairs for ball 1. Merkwan 0 for 1, struck out swinging in his first at-bat. In game number 1, who went 1 for 4 with an RBI ground down. He also had a single. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Merkwan. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-0. Here to the Post-8 left fielder. On deck is Jaden Wiebe. Eights are just a base hit right now away from tying this ball game up. With 2 outs here at the top of the 3rd, a runner on second. Base hit from Merkwan could score Cade Hinkle from second. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That is outside, and it's now 3-0.
Only member of the Eights roster not in the starting lineup right now, Gary Nedved, but he's the likely starter for tomorrow morning's game against Mankato.
Here's the 3-0 pitch to Merkwan, taken all the way, and it will be a 4-pitch walk. So it's now first and second for the second baseman, Jaden Wiebe. In game 1, Wiebe went 2 for 2.
Batting number 4, Jaden Wiebe.
2 singles, he hit sac fly RBI, and also walked twice. He grounded out in the first inning here in game number 2 of the day for game number 2 for Post-8. Here's the first pitch to Wiebe. That one will miss low and outside for ball 1.
Center fielder View for Hopkins has pulled around off to the. He's well over into right field. Not expecting Wiebe to pull the ball. If he can put one in the left field gap, they can run a long way.
And Wiebe will get a swing and a good cut. He got a piece of it, but felt tipped in the mitts of Schaefer. So it goes to strike 1. The count's even at a ball and strike.
Right fielder Lane kind of shaded over toward the right field line. Mauser, the left fielder, pretty much straight away.
1-1 pitch, off-speed pitch that fools Wiebe. He'll swing over the top of it, and the count's now 1-2. Let's see if Wiebe can shorten up, put a ball in plate somewhere, find some outfield, tie the ball game up here at 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Comes inside, just missing on the inside edge, and is now 2-2.
And from our vantage point up here, we're almost right directly behind home plate, and it looks like the home plate umpire has been calling the outside strike. The inside corner has not been quite as open tonight.
As Wiebe will swing and miss at a pitch that was low in the zone, and that will retire the side here in the top of the third inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It's a 2-1 lead here for Hopkins over Pierre. You're listening to Post-8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wondering what to do with that pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
As we welcome you back, here is the bottom of the third inning. Post-8's down 2-1 as they will deal with now 2, 3, and 4. Jack Mauser, Jake Perry, and Brock Zimmer be the first 3 hitters for Hopkins, as they're going to be trying to look to extend their lead. But the Eights, with a 0 behind LA Live for that second inning, still trying to, he's kind of settled in after the first three of the first 4 guys reached base with a single, walk, and then a 2 RBI single. Life has settled in here and retired 5 of the last 6 hitters. We'll be looking to continue that trend here in the bottom of the third. Jack Mauser will be the leadoff man who walked and came around to score. Right now is the go-ahead run in this ball game. Here's the first pitch from the left-hander. Taking high for ball 1.
Again, the Eights looking to start postseason play next Friday night. That's a tentative right now, probably. And tentatively, it looks like they're probably going to end up playing Mitchell the way that the standings look. We'll know for sure come Tuesday morning. PowerPoints are counted through games of Monday. So I think there's only one game scheduled for Monday. Sioux Falls East and Sioux Falls West are scheduled to play a single game Monday night. And
that's all tentative, too, because if one of the 2 teams wins their pool in the Gopher Classic, they will not be playing that game on Monday. So, or we might have more games than what Sioux Falls East and West are playing on Monday, depending on if a couple South Dakota teams win their pools and meet in the round of 16 on Monday. 2-1 pitch. That was on the outside corner. It's now 2-2.
Did a little math before the weekend. If Sioux Falls West wins that game on Monday against East, you'll see a jumble in the standings, kind of 2 through 8. If East wins and stays in that number 1 spot, nothing will change. Nothing will change there, and it will be the Eights hosting Mitchell on Friday.
Count is full now here, 3-2 to Jack Mauser. 3-2 pitch, and he'll spoil that full count pitch and foul out of play, and we'll do it again here at 3-2.
I think even if West were to beat East on Monday, I don't think it has any impact on where post 8 and Mitchell would change in the standings. So I think that pair is probably already set based on what I've seen so far.
As Mauser has walked, and we'll bring up now Jake Perry, the third baseman, here with nobody out. Warner on first, and Hopkins trying to extend their 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 hits so far here for Hopkins, 1 so far for Pierre. 2-1 is their score as we play in the bottom of the third. Here's the first pitch to Perry, and he'll sky this out towards right field. Going back on it is Lettler. He'll turn. It's going to get out for a 2-run homer. And Jake Perry has made it a 4-1 ball game here with nobody out in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, that was one got up and got out of here in a hurry. Just went over the true real estate sign and in pretty much straight away right field, and probably about 370 by the time it came down. So well hit ball from Jake Pierre, the left-handed hitting third baseman.
So now here's Brock Zimmer. Here's the first pitch to him. It'll be high for ball one. Zimmer had 2 RBI single back in the first inning. 2 RBI home run just now from Jake Pierre. The 4 runs that have scored for Hopkins. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's now 1-1.
Top of this Hopkins lineup continues to do damage. That's where the two runs came from in the first, and that's where these last 2 runs have came from here in the third.
As that one will miss outside, now 2-1. Here to Zimmer. Be followed by Ryan McGee and then Charlie Schaefer with nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. 2-1 pitch. That one's fouled back. So it's now 2-2. Here to the Hopkins designated hitter. Trying to go 2-2.
As I almost mess up everything here in the press box.
Here's the
too many chords up here for me right now.
2-2 pitch is now 3-2. There we go. I was about to say, maybe move that over a little bit. And we might be, where are you good spot here? Count is 3-2, and it's going to be a walk. Now runner on first here with nobody out in the bottom of the third inning, and it'll bring up now Ryan McGee.
Elliott Life now working on, this will be his 55th pitch of the day. And again, because of the short roster that the Eights have up here this weekend, I'm sure that all the starters are going to probably have to go and throw a full 105 because you just don't have that depth in your pitching staff to have the luxury of going deep into your bullpen.
First pitch got away from Cade Hinkle, so moving to second base will be Zimmer. As McGee is 0 for 1, struck out looking back in the bottom of the first inning. Here's a 1-0 pitch from Life. No miss outside, now 2-0. So McGee is 0 for 1. Will be followed by Charlie Schaefer, and then it'll be Cole Byer. Here's a 2-0 pitch now from Elliott Life. That one's skied out to center field, short center field. Jaden Wiebe will back up. He will not be able to make the catch. It'll get away a little bit from McGuire Rasky, so it'll be now first and third here with nobody away.
Yeah, it was a ball that just kind of kept drifting, and Jaden Wiebe out into actually fairly almost, I don't want to say medium deep center field, but he was a long way out on the outfield grass, and McGuire Rasky probably, had a chance at that ball. I mean, he had to come in a long way, but Wiebe called for it the whole way, and unfortunately just fell in, and so Hopkins keeps this inning rolling.
It'll be charged and air to Jaden Wiebe. Be first and third here with nobody out, and it'll be Charlie Schaefer, the batter, after Nathan Nas goes out and has a chat with Elliott Life. Runners at first and third, nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. 4-1 score. Hopkins leads here in game 2 of the day for Pierre. Only game of the day for Hopkins. They played yesterday 1 game, and we have 4 games that they can play here in the pool play of Gopher Classic. Here's the first pitch. That one is popped up left side, coming in, long run. Jag Merquan, he will make the catch. He's got to throw it back into the infield. He will throw it back into second base as there's one down. The runner at third base, and Zimmer, I think he left it too soon, so then he had to go back and tag up and was able to not able to score. So a good job by Post State. And there's one down. Merquan held on the ball. Makes the coaching staff, the heart skip a beat a little bit whenever you don't throw the ball in right away from the outfield, as it's now going to be Cole Byer, the second baseman, that will come to the plate. First and third here with one down here at the bottom of the third inning. Here's the first pitch over to him. That one will miss for ball 1.
I'm not too sure that Zimmer Zimmer was kind of waiting for Merkwan maybe to drop that ball or watch it hit the grass, and Merkwan came up with it. And I think it kind of caught Zimmer a little bit off guard.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Instead, another pickoff move, and back in safely. Over at first is McGee.
Life has used a couple of different pickoff moves. The left-hander able to see McGee all the way, and so the first one was just a slide step that came with a sidearm, and then the second one was just an almost direct throw over there coming out of the windup.
Counts 2-0. Now here to Cole Byer, who flew out to the left fielder Merkwan in his first at bat. That was in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the now 2-0 pitch. Runner takes off. It'll be taken for a strike on the outside corner. It's now 2-1. And it's now second and third. Well, there is no throw from Cade Hinkle. So both runners are in score position. LA Live back to the windup. 2-1 pitch comes inside, nearly hits Byer, and it's now 3-1. A good hitters count here for the second baseman. Outfield straight away here for Byer. Infield still playing back. 3-1 pitch will be missed, and it's going to be a bases loaded now here with one down. We'll bring up now Ryder Lane, the right fielder, who grounded out in his first at bat.
If you're looking for potential relievers in this game, probably looking at either McGuire, Rasky, Andy Gordon, Jaden Wiebe, Aaron Booth, Cade Hinkle.
See, I'm not sure if Cade Hinkle will pitch just because Gordon will play short the entire time, and so there won't be. Maybe Wiebe goes into the catch. That'd be I think the only thing is they might have Wiebe go catch if that would happen. I think that's what they were talking about, but I think Gordon will stay at short for the most time, so Hinkle will stay behind the plate as it counts now 1-1 here to Ryder Lane.
And we talked about if you get into a situation where you do have to go into the bullpen, not a bad idea to potentially get either Aaron Booth or.
Now that was popped up in the infield fly rule, and Andy Gordon will take charge, make the catch, and there's now two down. And bring up now Jackson View.
And either get Aaron Booth or possibly McGuire Rasky some work. We've talked about how much what a positive that would be if you can get them dialed in, especially ahead of the postseason, and get them some extra work and get them some confidence, especially in a tournament like this.
Here's the first pitch to View. That one will miss inside for ball one. View walked in his first plate appearance. This is the eighth man to come to the plate here with two down in the bottom of the third inning. A 4-1 lead for Hopkins. 1-0 pitch will come inside, and it's now 2-0 here to Jackson View. On deck is Jack Primesberger. He'd be the ninth man to come to the plate if they're able to score another run and put View on at base. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one comes just a bit upstairs, and it's now 3-0. And Life's got nowhere to put Jackson View. Don't want to walk him another time. Don't want to walk him at all and drive in another run. Here's the 3-0 pitch. It will miss low, and it will be a 4-pitch walk that will score a run. Bases will remain loaded. And it'll be the ninth man to come to the plate, and Jack Primesberger back to the top of the order. Goes for an RBI walk for View.
Now batting number 6, Jack Primesberger.
Primesberger is 1 for 2. He singled and then also popped up in front of the plate. That ended the second inning. So now he'll bat with the bases loaded. Trying to get the top of the order out here to end the inning. First pitch comes inside. It comes too far inside for ball one.
Hopkins comes into this game 12-9, correct? I think was
it? 12 and actually be 12-10 since they lost to Fargo.
Okay.
So he came in the tournament at 11-9, as it's now 2-0 here to Primesberger.
And then eights after their win over LeSueur Henderson moved to 21-15 on the year.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one will be taken for a strike. Now 2-1 here to Primesberger. Jack Mauser, who got things started with a leadoff walk and came in to score on the 2-run home run by Jake Pierre, is on deck. 2-1 pitch. That one comes inside, and it's now 3-1. As about every pitch so far here in the last two batters have missed on the inside or high on these hitters. Now here's the 3-1 pitch. That one's taken for a strike, and the count's now full at 3-2. Everybody will get a head start with the bases loaded. McGee is on at third, Byer at second, View at first. All three will take off with the 3-2 pitch from Elliott Life. There'll be another walk. The run will come in to score. And Cade Hinkle's got to be careful. He started to walk back there, and really, with the runner at third base, Byer, he might have had a chance to go and score.
Well, I'm not too awful sure that maybe the umpire said that pitch might have hit Primesberger. He
okay.
did, because the umpire went up with both hands right away, and so I'm kind of.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if he called dead ball right away. So
it was hit by pitch, and it will be now Jack Mauser to come back to the plate, and that would explain why Hinkle didn't give a run after the ball after it missed his glove, as the first pitch misses to Mauser, and it's 1-0.
Infield playing back, looking for anything they can pick up. Probably go to the closest base or across the diamond to first.
There's a fly ball out towards left field. That's going to get down. 2 runs are going to come in to score. He might send all 3 in. Merkwan bobbles it out in left field. All 3 runs will come in to score, as Merkwan had a couple times where he just couldn't pick up the ball out there. So 3 runs will come in to score. Is now a 7-run inning and a 9-1 lead here for Hopkins, as they've really opened things up here against Pierre.
And the walks are what has done in Elliott Life, and it looks like we're going to have a mound visit, and we will go to the bullpen.
So Post State now trailing at 9-1 on the 3 RBI double from Jack Mauser. Jake Perry will come back to the plate, but we will step aside for a minute, come back and tell you the changes. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan, so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year, so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
As we welcome you back here, it's the bottom of the third inning. Post State is now down 9-1, as it will be Jaden Wiebe on the mound. Isaac Pollock will go out to second, as Elliott Life looks like his afternoon will be, or his evening will be done, as the Eights will be trailing by 8 here in the bottom of the third inning. There's a runner on second. It'll be Jake Perry to be the first man to come to the plate against Jaden Wiebe, who already hit a 2-run home run this inning, as Hopkins has put up a 7 spots here in the bottom of the third, and leading Pierre 9-1 with 2 away. Jake Perry, then Brock Zimmer, if Wiebe unable to retire Perry in his first batter that he'll face here in the third inning. It's a tough spot here for Post State. For Jaden Wiebe, it's a low leverage. You're down by 8 runs, and while the game certainly is not over and there's still plenty of time to go, but you're down by 8, and all you're just asked to do is throw strikes, try and get out of this inning. A 7 spot here in the third inning is putting Post State behind by 8. And Greg, like you said, the walks have done in Post State. Just 1 hit so far in the inning. 7 runs on 1 hit. The only hit, there's going to be 2 hits. The only hit so far has been the double that scored 3 runs and the home run that Perry hit, and he might just have got his second home run. That one's back out to deep center field. That one will get out for his second home run of the inning. First pitch that he sees from Jaden Wiebe is out for his second 2-run home run of the game, both coming here in the bottom of the third inning. It's 11-1 now here for Hopkins.
I was just told by one of the other members of the press box that Jake Perry headed to the University of Minnesota to play baseball next year. So you can see the kind of talent that that he has. I mean, 2 home runs in this inning, and that was a ball that was hit even further. We thought the first ball probably went about 370. That one, because it got over the batter's eye out in center field, that one probably went close to 400 feet.
The next pitch is popped up in the outfield territory where Aaron Booth will make the catch, and that will retire the side. A 10-run inning here for Hopkins has got them a 11-1 lead. Excuse me, a 9-run inning has got them a 11-1 lead over Post State as we head to the top of the 4th inning. We listen to Post State Baseball back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
When something just isn't right, it's natural to talk about it. If you had a toothache, you'd tell someone. If you found out you had diabetes, you'd learn to take care of it. But when you're feeling stressed, sad, or worried, you're less likely to tell someone. Why do we treat physical and mental health so differently? There is no difference. We all need someone to talk to, and there's nothing shameful about wanting to be healthy for you. When you just need someone to talk to, contact Rising Hope Counseling at 494-1500 or risinghope605.com. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change. Rising Hope Counseling, because if you have hope, you have everything.
McGuire Rasky will lead things off here to open up the top of the 4th inning as the Eights are down 11-1. A 9-run inning, 9 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and no runners left on base for Hopkins in that bottom of the 3rd. A 10-run advantage here in the top of the 4th as the Eights have a lot of work in front of them. They want to try and come back in this ball game. Trying to go 2-0 in the Gopher Classic. Here's the first pitch to McGuire Rasky. That one will miss low for ball 1. Rasky opened up the top of the 2nd with a double. Came around to score on the RBI ground out from Gordon. At that point, made it 2-1. Upstairs now 2-0. But 2 home runs in the inning for Jake Perry in the 3rd inning. Scored 9 times at Hopkins. They lead 11-1 here in the top of the 4th. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Misses inside. Quickly 3-0 here to McGuire Rasky.
Give you the line on Elliott Life as his book is closed on the day. 2 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 10 runs allowed, just 4 of them earned, 6 walks, 2 strikeouts. He hit a batter, 78 pitches, 35 of them for strikes to the 20 batters that Elliott Life faced on the day.
3-0 pitch. Rasky was swinging, pops up on the left side, and near the fence, the catch is made by the 3rd baseman, Jake Perry. And the leadoff man is retired. And I'm sure Rasky would like that pitch back on a 3-0 pitch. You don't like to get out on a 3-0 pitch, but then you pop up in foul territory. That stings a little bit more, as it'll be now Andy Gordon to come to the plate.
Yeah, and you know that's kind of a 6 one way, half a dozen the other. I mean, you hate to give away an out when you're up 3-0, but if you're gonna swing 3-0, probably best time to do it is when you are behind 11-1, because you really don't have a lot to lose.
As the 0-1 pitch will be missed, it's now 1-1 to now Andy Gordon. Gordon is 0 for 1 with an RBI ground out so far here in this ball game. Here's the now 1-1 pitch. That one's on the outside edge, now 1-2.
Scalati's got a good fastball. I mean, he works that outside corner and has good velocity on that fastball. And we'll see if the Eights can turn around one of those fastballs tonight.
There's a ground ball to the right side, underhand flip from the first baseman to the pitcher covering McGee to Scalati, and it's a 3-1 put out, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the 4th, as it will bring up Aaron Booth, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop.
And again, remember, This is not this tournament that utilizes the 8-run mercy rule, not the 10-run mercy rule. So the eights are down 11-1 now here in the top of the 4th inning. They're going to have to put a couple of runs on the board and keep Hopkins with a 0 to try to maintain this game and keep it going.
The ground ball, the second baseman Byer retires Booth, and that will retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Scolati in the top of the 4th. 11-1 lead here for Hopkins after 3.5. You're listening to Post-State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, it's Julia from Milwaukee Federal Credit Union, letting you know that our recreational special is back again, with terms up to 10 years, no payments for 90 days, and rates as low as 2.4% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let Jameson or I get you started.
People helping people, Hawaii Federal Credit Union.
Pierre Sports Center is your local Ranger Boat and Mercury Outboard dealer. They're a must-see for your Ranger boat needs. See their selection of Mercury outboard motors for more power. Pierre Sports Center can help you with financing and other boating needs. Need service for your boat or trailer to keep you going? Pierre Sports Center is your one-stop shop. Pierre Sports Center, Ranger Boats, and Mercury Outboard, a combination that can't be beat. Pierre Sports Center, 1440 North Garfield Avenue in Pierre, or give them a call, 224-5546.
When you want the best prices and best selection, go to Wagner Auto in Pierre. The certified sales staff at Wagner Auto will provide you service after the sale and how to get easy financing. Check out their website, WagnerAuto.com, or stop in. They have the best prices and won't be undersold. Wagner Auto has the region's largest selection with over 280 new and quality pre-owned vehicles. GM certified pre-owned vehicles give you peace of mind with their 12-month or 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty and 5-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Log on to WagnerAuto.com or stop by Wagner Auto in Pierre, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer since 1907.
Bottom of the 4th inning, it is a 11-1 lead here for Hopkins. And I believe now, too, if Hopkins would score 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, that would end the ball game as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. After this game is over, we'll have coverage of the Cardinals and Cubs. I believe we'll have coverage of the Cardinals and Cubs after this game is over. If the game's not over by then, we're already midway through that ball game. And as we're closing up on the 8 o'clock hour, as Gabe Olson will be the leadoff man. We'll probably have a couple changes here before we get to all the way through this order. But it will be Gabe Olson to lead things off in Ryan McGee's spot, and then it will be Brandon Johnson to bat second. And I'm sure there's more than just 2 changes, because as the third base coach talking with the home plate umpire, they're going through a lot of different, unless they're having trouble spelling a name somewhere, I think they're going through several different names, not just 2. But it is going to be the first man that comes to the plate will be Gabe Olson, and then it will be then Brandon Johnson.
Gabe Olson.
So Gabe Olson will lead things off. He'll be followed then by Brandon Johnson. First pitch is going to be grounded foul down the third base line. And it's 0-1. Again, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. on Capital City Rock, CapitalCityRock.com, but here on YouTube at KCCR Sports, as the Eights will play Mankato to wrap up pool play. 0-1 pitch is grounded left side. Booth will field over at third base. Throw to first. Hey, how about that play from Aaron Booth over at third base to retire the leadoff man? I mean, this is, again, with where we're seeing that, with Matt Hansen going to be out for the remainder of the season in the state tournament. Andy Gordon will play short when Lincoln Keenels is on the mound. And so it turns into, do you play Wiebe at third or play Wiebe at second? And if you, wherever position you play, all of a sudden you go, okay, who are we going to have then play at third base or the opposite position of Wiebe? And Aaron Booth's trying to basically it's an evaluation for him over at third base, and he made a really good play over there at third to open up this inning. As the 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss by Brandon Johnson is now 1-1.
And Aaron Booth's done a nice job at the plate in the last week or so. He's had an opportunity to get some at bats and just has done a nice job in terms of having a nice audition and would not at all surprise me if you get into a scenario where Lincoln Keenholz is on the mound and Andy Gordon slides over to that shortstop position if you don't get a chance to see Aaron Booth play some third base.
1-2 pitch is looked at by Brandon Johnson. That will retire him for Weeby's first strikeout, as it will now bring up to the plate. Looks like Cole Byer. No, it will be Sam Harris that now will hit for Cole Byer.
Sam Harris.
So the first three guys have been pinch hitters. First pitch is over for strike one. Again, the Eights will have to score at least 3 runs in the top of the 5th inning to keep the ball game alive. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Ground ball over for Pollock at second base. He'll make the play. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Jaden Weeby. And we head to the top of the 5th inning. Post State needs 3 runs to try and keep this one alive. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Evermore Boutique, where fashion doesn't have to break the bank. See them for men's, women's, and children's clothing, shoes, accessories, and so much more. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from noon to 7, Saturdays from 11 to 6, and Sundays from noon to 5. Visit Evermore Boutique, located at 104 South Pierre Street in Pierre, or give them a call today, 605-494-0194. That's Evermore Boutique in Pierre.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Top of the 5th inning, Post State down 11-1. Bennett Dean, Isaac Pollock, and Cade Hinkle. It'll be 7, 8, 9 here for the Eights. As, again, they need 3 runs to try and keep this ball game moving here with the top of the 5th, as America Scolati has gotten the first 4 innings, only allowing just 1 run so far. As Dean is 0 for 1, Pollock 0 for 1, and Hinkle reached on air, but he's 0 for 1. As we are here in the top of the 5th. Again, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. We'll get on the air around 8:40 on Capital City Rock, CapitalCityRock.com, and on YouTube at KCCR Sports to wrap up Pool Players' second early morning game on a Sunday. Here's the first pitch from Scolati to Bennett Dean. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. There's a chance that we, and obviously if we win the pool, or the pool ends up going in the favor of Post State, that we'll have a game early on Monday, but other than that, it'll be the state tournament. The next time we'll have a potential of an early game, as it counts 0-2 here to Dean. I'm not seeing yet the times and how the schedule will look, but if we're playing the first game, if Post State would qualify for the state tournament, potentially could be an early one on Friday. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. 3 pitches and a strikeout here for Scolati to open up the top of the 5th, and it will bring up Isaac Pollock, who is now the second baseman after being the DH for the first time through the order.
Number 22, Isaac Pollock.
Yeah, I think that first game on the first 2 days of the state tournament is typically a 10 a.m. game, if I remember right.
See, now the only thing that will help is there's less field prep between games, as Pollock will get a base hit out to the right side. Second hit of the day for Post State, or second hit of the game for Post State. And there's a runner on first here with 1 down and bring up the catcher, Cade Hinkle. So that'll help maybe, and maybe they don't take any extra time, they don't shorten everything up, but without having to re-chalk the lines and drag the field like they would normally do across most of the parks in South Dakota, that they can maybe shrink those start times up. But they may not, and say, well, we're going to give everybody a chance to have those same. And that also, then you can start on time. You never feel like you're going to be starting late unless a game goes really, really long. As the first pitch missed to Cade Hinkle. Here's a 1-0. That will miss low, and it's now 2-0. But it will be interesting, and it'll be fun. Post State obviously has to qualify for it, and Mitchell's not the team that unless there's something crazy that happens. Mitchell is a team that Post State will face next weekend. So there's not a guarantee that you're just going to be in the state tournament. You're still going to go out and earn those 2 wins to reach the state tournament in Brandon. That is now 2 weekends from now. 2 weekends from today will be in Game 2 for Post State if they would qualify. 3-0 pitch is over for a strike, now 3-1.
Yeah, day 2 state tournament. They just changed the schedule a couple of years ago. It traditionally had been a Wednesday through Sunday format. A couple of years ago, they went to a Friday through Tuesday format. Allowed a number of the teams to come in on Friday, and by Monday you're just down to 4. So less time off work for the parents and the fans by going to that Friday through Tuesday schedule.
As it's now first and second here with 1 down in the top of the 5th inning, as the first pitch to Spencer Lettler is taken for a strike. Top of the order here for Post State. Lettler is 0 for 2, struck out swinging, and also was a ground out victim. I think if Post State, it kind of looked a little bit at the schedule for the regional tournament in Sioux Falls, if Post State would qualify for that. Now, they don't actually have to win the state championship, but the only way that happens is if Sioux Falls East wins the state championship. They're the host team. So then if Sioux Falls East wins the state title, then it goes to the second place team, which would be, if Post State would be that team, then they would play, I believe, the second game of the day of the first round of the regional tournament.
Okay.
Now, that's a long ways away, and we have plenty of time to get to that point. We got a long way to get to that point. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Lettler. There's a swing and a miss, and there's now 2 down. And it'll bring up Jack Merkwan as Post State needs to score these 2 runs along with Merkwan to keep the ball game moving here in the top of the 5th.
I think region tournament slated to be played at the Birdcage?
Yes. No. Or is it Augustana? Maybe it is Birdcage.
I suspect it's probably the Birdcage just because of the seating. The not a lot of capacity for fans at Augustana. I just have it in my mind. I think it's at the Birdcage.
I think you're right. So we will, if Post State would get to that point, and it's not, I wouldn't say it's a long shot to get there. It's going to take a lot of work to get there, and just like any team has to have a lot of work to get to that point. But we'll have those games. We'll have Post State games for you, and we'll continue all the way. Even if they go to the World Series, we'll have them for you.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, would be a lot of fun. I'd enjoy the trip out there. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's on the outside edge, now 1-2. I enjoy every trip, though. I'm enjoying this trip. Get a chance to go watch some baseball.
Yeah, you kind of got shorted out of coming up here last year, didn't you? But you were up here 2 years ago, correct?
Yes, I was up here 2 years ago. The first time that I was up here for Post State in the Gopher Classic. 1-2 pitch is taken for strike 3, and that retires the side. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Scolati. That ends the ball game as, I believe it ends the ball game. It will end the ball game. Post State will fall 11-1 here in the final game of day 2. They're now 1-1 in the tournament. Hopkins goes to 2-0. We step aside for 2 minutes. Listen to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent with BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
As we welcome you back here to Mankato as day 2 wraps up, it was the first 2 games for Post State as they fell in game number, they won in game number 1, 10-5, but lost in game number 2, 11-1, as they are now 1-1 here in the tournament. As John Mickler alongside Greg Dean, as now it's Post State, you got to win game 3 tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock to have any shot of winning this pool. And the Eights will be looking for a big win over Mankato to put themselves at least in a position to try and win the pool.
Yeah, and I think that's what you're looking to do is just, and if nothing else, just end the weekend on a high note. I mean, just kind of started off on the wrong foot, getting rained out yesterday, and then coming back today, and you get a split, win one, lose one, but unfortunately leaving the field with this 10-run loss under your as a burr under your saddle going into the evening, and so quick turnaround tomorrow morning. Probably have to be back on the field at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, just under 12 hours from now, getting ready for that 9 a.m. game, and then we'll see where things go. Mankato American, very, very solid team, and so the Eights will have their work cut out for them tomorrow morning, and like you said, John, we'll figure out if there's a whole lot of cars headed west around noontime tomorrow, or whether we stick around and see how the rest of the pool plays out.
And we will have that game for you again on Capital City Rock and CapitalCityRock.com, but it will still be available to watch on YouTube at KCCR Sports, as the Eights will be looking for a win tomorrow morning against Mankato American to at least give them a shot to win the pool. Otherwise, we'll be making our way back and then taking on Aberdeen on Wednesday. But Post State taking on Mankato American tomorrow at 9 a.m. will be on the air around 8:40. That'll wrap things up for us here this evening from Mankato. And day number 2, the first 2 games for Post State. They take game 1 10-5 over LeSueur Henderson, lose 11-1 in game number 2. Thanks to Spencer Kelly, our technical producer, back at the station. Greg Dean to my right, John Winkler. As we sign off, final scores once again: a 10-5 win for Pierre in game 1 over LeSueur Henderson. They fall in game 2, 11-1. As we say so long from Mankato.
You've been listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post State Baseball is brought to you by Evermore Boutique, Wagner Auto, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Service Master, Rising Hope Counseling, Todd's Electric, Pierre Sports Center, AirTech, Gales Gas, Avera, Bank West, B&B Equipment, Overhead Door Company, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Farting Electric, Olson Plumbing, Agtegra, All Around Graphics, First Dakota National Bank, Comtech, Shane's Pharmacy, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Midwest Cooperative, South Dakota Weed and Pest, Nystrom Electric, Dakota Sprinkler, Lamb Motor, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Sioux Nation, Kruger Contracting, Home Care Services, and Fisher Rounds. Join us all season long for Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront